Was good, y'all? Rich Salsa back in the building with another banger. And as y'all can see, man, by the looks of the title and the screen, today I am bringing y'all the first ever Meta Playmaking 4 build with every single contact dunk unlocked in the game when it comes down to the builds that are going to be under 610. Now, before we get into anything else, man, I just gotta say thank God for giving me this opportunity to be able to share this with y'all, but also be a part of your life as well as have you in mind. Go ahead and comment down the emoji prayer hands just to let me know that y'all are on the same movement as me. And before we get into anything else, man, y'all already know what y'all need to do. Be sure to hit that sub button if you're new. Anybody looking to join RGF, the Rich Gang family, go ahead and turn on post notifications, but do not forget to hit that like button. Let's go ahead and get 50 likes on this banger for this new power forward build. Go ahead and share it with your family and friends, do not forget. But now, let's go ahead and get into the making of the actual build. So, if you were paying attention, we're going to go ahead and put this build under the power forward position. Now, when it comes down to the pie chart that y'all want to pick, going to be very specific in order to get the contact dunks. This build is also going to be able to dribble, shoot, and the defense on it is not bad at all. I'm going to show y'all two different ways how to make it as well when it comes down to the attributes, so do not worry, I'm giving y'all options today. So with the pie chart, go ahead and pick the one split right down the middle with the playmaking as well as the finishing. The blue and the orange, I'm telling y'all, really going to work out in your favor. Then when it comes down to the physicals, if you want to get a much higher vertical, go with the fourth one, but you can also go ahead and pick the very first one if you want to go that route. It really just comes down to your preference as well as how you feel like you're going to be using this build. I'm going to go with the vertical just because of the contact dunks. And now, when it comes down to these stats, let's go ahead and get into the first version, the more balanced one on how to make it. But I'm telling y'all, the second one is going to be very overpowered when it comes down to the playmaking side of things. So as for the finishing, we're going to go with a close shot of 85, driving layup 80, and driving dunk in 80 as well. 14 badges right there. Now let's go ahead and get into the shooting. Mid-range shot going to be a 68, three-pointer 60, post fade 74, and then when it comes down to that free throw, put this to a 78 for 12 shooting badges. Now, when it comes down to the next thing, the playmaking, this is only going to be the first version. The next one, I'm telling y'all, going to be much more overpowered than this one. But right here, we're going to go with a pass accuracy of 75, ball handle of 67, and right there, we're going to be able to get 14 playmaking badges. But with that second version, as you can see, we're going to be able to raise up the post control and get in the high 20s for the badge count. Now, we're going to get 14 right here, but do not worry. Let's go ahead and get into the defensive side of things. Perimeter defense, put it to a 60. Lateral quickness, 60. Block, 45. Offensive rebound, a 72. Then, that defensive rebound, put it to a 77. And then the rest of the way, max out that block to a 73. Put the rest into the steal, and we're going to have 9 defensive badges. But let's go ahead and just say we drop down our steal. Then go ahead and take off any remaining stats where it's not going to affect the defensive side too much. We want to be able to keep at least 8 badges right here, which is honestly going to work out. So what you can do is take one more tick off of the lateral quickness. We're still going to be able to get 8 badges. Right here, if you put the rest into the playmaking, we get 16. Let's go a little bit further when it comes down to this. So, free throw, we're actually going to go ahead and test out which is going to be best to lower between the post fade and the free throw. In my opinion, you can make your own decision. I'm going to lower my post fade to a 52 to where we get 8 shooting badges. Then the rest of the way, put that into the post control, put it to an 85, and as you can see right here, we're still going to be able to get a solid amount of badges when it comes down to this build as an entire. But look, you cannot go wrong with 26 playmaking badges. Really going to help you out on the offensive side of things, especially with the dribbling. So whichever version of this build y'all want to make, go ahead and do so. But for my preference, I would go with the one that I'm showing y'all right here with the more playmaking badges. Now, as for the body shape, build is going to be the very best one to go with when it comes down to the height. Now, this is completely optional, but just to be safe to get the build name, I'm going to go with 6'8". Height and the weight are going to be two essential factors on this build. you don't want to go up on the weight. You actually want to go ahead and put this to 187, and that's going to be perfect. So far so good. Now, as for the wingspan, here is where things are going to get very glitchy. So, as you can see, if we go up all the way to the max, we're going to be able to get an 86, but look, if you go with an 89.0, you're still going to be able to get the contact dunks, grind this build out a little bit, and once you hit the extra attribute points, you're going to be able to unlock every single driving dunk and contact dunk when it comes down to this build. Again, this is just my preference on how I would make it. You have two different options to go with, and I'm pretty sure you can modify the build even more to go based off of how you would want it. Now, when it comes down to this build at 99, let's just go ahead and consider +4 from the 99 boost, then +4 from bind boost, and then the +4 from running with a teammate that's going to have floor general and defensive leader. So, perimeter defense will be in the 80s, lateral quickness will be a perfect 80, block going to be in the 80s as well. Same thing for the offensive rebound. Defensive rebound going to be in the high 80s. Then with the shooting, the mid-range shot going to be somewhere around a 79, three-pointer 72, free throw will be in the 90s. Then when it comes down to the driving dunk, this is going to be somewhere around a 97. Same exact thing for the driving layup, and with the potential of the close shot, you actually may be able to hit 99 when you consider all boosts added into this build. Again, we get a +8 for the physicals, so just remember, 90 speed is pretty much close as you can get when it comes to 89, of course. So I'm just going to go ahead and say this build is going to have a 90 speed even though we're one tick off. But look at these takeovers, y'all. Slashing, playmaking, and the glass cleaning just to help out on the defensive end, and that's what I'm going to go with. And as y'all can see, we have made the playmaking 4. I love the comparison of Kevin Durant. Really, this build has the potential to do so many different things, especially with the contact dunks, especially with how easy shooting is this year. Then, if you just have some really good IQ on the defensive end, this is going to be the perfect power forward build for y'all. You can make your own adjustments like I said, but just remember, there's a +12 when it comes down to the +4 at 99, then the +4 from bind boost, and then the +4 from running with the teammate that has the defensive leader badge as well as the floor general badge. Then you cannot forget about the +8 to the physicals. Your vertical is going to be in the 90s as well, so do not worry when it comes down to this side of the ball. But now, let's go ahead and get into the badge count. So we got 14 when it comes down to the finishing side of things. Of course, you got to put on the most important badges. Posterizer on Hall of Fame, Limitless Takeoff. Then I'm going to go with Bronze Fearless Finisher. From here, we got 5 more badges that we're going to be able to work with. I'm going to go with Hall of Fame Slithery Finisher. If you want to change it up, you definitely can do so. But if you want to double up on another bronze badge, for me, I would go with Fast Twitch, and that's the setup that I'm going to go with. Now, let's go ahead and get into the shooting. We got 8 badges to work here. So, again, this is going to be based off of my own preference. I really like to spread the wealth when it comes down to these kind of builds. For me, the very first one that I feel like is going to be the most important, of course, Hot Zone Hunter on gold. From there, you can spot up with this build, so I'm going to go with Silver Corner Specialist. Bronze Deadeye makes a huge difference, so I'm going to go with that. Green Machine, and then for the very last one, I'm going to go ahead and put on Blinders. If you want to change up anything about the setup, you definitely can do so, but this is what I would be running. Now, let's go ahead and get into the defense. Another 8 badges that we're going to be able to work with. For me, I'm going to go with Silver Intimidator as well as Silver Clamps. You cannot forget about Rim Protector, so I'm also going to put that on Silver. Then with the 2 bronze badges, I'm going to go with Interceptor as well as Chase Down Artist. Remember, you can change up any of the tiers based off your own preference. But now, let's go ahead and get into the playmaking side of things. 26 badges that we're going to be able to work with. So for me, I'm going to go with Handles for Days on Hall of Fame, Quick First Step. Quick Chain is definitely going to be one that you want to roll with. Then from there, if you're looking to help out your teammates, go ahead and put on Floor General. Bailout and Bullet Passer are easily the 2 best playmaking bronze badges in the game, so you cannot forget about that. Go ahead and throw on Unpluckable on Silver. You could drop down the tier if you want to, but for me, I'm going to leave it like that. Also, go ahead and put on Silver Hyperdrive, and then the very last badge, because we have the high amount of the contact dunks, I'm going to go with Downhill and Hall of Fame. And this is a setup that I would go with: 8 defensive, 26 playmaking, 8 shooting, and then 14 finishing, y'all. Now to end this video, I just gotta say thank God for giving me this opportunity. Whenever I say that, I truly mean it with all of my heart. Thank y'all for coming through. I appreciate y'all. I love y'all. The double uploads are going to be back, so do not worry. This weekend is going to be crazy. Got a lot of fire builds coming at y'all as well as gameplay. So man, y'all already know what y'all need to do. Be sure to hit that sub button if you're new. Anybody looking to join RGF, the Rich Gang family, go ahead and turn on post notifications. But can we go ahead and get 50 likes on this banger of a build? Be sure to share it with your family and friends. And man, with all that being said, I got one last thing to say. Thank God and Rich out.